First things first, what comes to mind whenever you hear chest day? That's right, bench press, exactly. When I learned this tip, it's actually changed my entire aspect of the bench press. Helped me with my shoulder, helped me with my chest, really helped me drive, and I actually feel blood in my chest now and not just like, oh, I'm pushing weight. Biggest thing is you really want to pop that chest out. How do you do that? I want you to think that if you have like a little tiny word, whatever you want, small right in there, and you want the entire gym to see what it says. So you're like, obviously you're gonna stay just like this, like, hey, look at my shirt, while you're laying down. Now you've seen probably a lot of power lifters, stuff like that. They're all like this. We're not going that crazy. We're just gonna pop our chest up. There's a little bit of space between my lower back and the bench. What I personally like to do is put my hands on the side, kind of drive out to put me centered. Now that I feel nice and ready, my shoulder is driving into the bench, my chest is popped out. Pretty much all this weight is gonna be on my chest now. Shouldn't feel anything in my arms besides tension. I don't wanna lift them with my arms, I just wanna hold the weight with my arms. The chest is doing all the work. So the biggest thing I wish I knew whenever I started out is controlled reps. The difference is like you don't have to go crazy slow or anything like that, but you wanna control the weight, don't let the weight control you. So I'm doing about 3 seconds down, 2 seconds up. So I'm not just going slow and then exploding. It's 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, controlling all the way up and all the way down. Number one, don't want to panic. You can lift the weight as long as you're staying consistent. Be smart with the weight that you put on the bar. You tell the weight where you want it to go. Don't let the weight tell you where you want it to go. Or you don't let the weight tell you where it wants to go. All right, so next on the list, what I got is gonna be incline bench. A lot of times for new beginners, you don't feel it as much at the beginning, but this does hit that upper shelf whenever you come into it. So we just hit the barbell bench. You got some blood in the chest already from the regular press. Now we're hitting up top. This is really big for the shoulders that you want to be safe with. I don't usually go out like this, and a lot of times you'll see people do that. Nothing's bad, but for longevity, I actually got it from Chris Bumstead because he has a lot of shoulder issues. So something that he says that he does is that he pretty much comes in and turns it. You'll probably see some clips rolling, but you want to keep the elbows nice and tight all the way down and then back up so you can put all the pressure on your chest, leave a lot less on the joints of the shoulder. A little bit safer, especially for longevity. Again, if you're not going crazy heavy, you can go outer, but might as well get into the habit now of keeping those shoulders safe. So when you do start getting heavy, do start lifting a lot more weight, you're already used to it. You can get there a little faster. Sure, the next guy's gonna probably lift a little bit more weight going wide, but let's do it right. All right, so before really every workout, even if it's my last set of the day, I always like to hit at least one warm-up set. About 70% of my, I wouldn't say max, but how much I do. I'm just gonna hit like 4 to 6 reps just to get some blood flow in that exact movement, and then I'll go into my first set. You don't really need rest time between your warm-up and your first set. That's why it's a warm-up. You don't wanna kill yourself on the warm-up set. This is called working smarter, not harder. Why am I gonna get totally exhausted picking these up when I can just roll them? If your gym has those dumbbells where it's like a freaking hexagon, so you better find another one, bro, sorry. I'm not going as slow as the bench. Give myself about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds on the way up, hopping up. Just trying to get as much blood in my chest as I can. It's all about staying calm. These are heavy, but you can't let them think they're heavy. It is heavy, I'm not gonna say it's not. But kind of what I was saying before, like as long as you can control the weight, you control where the weight goes, not the weight controls you. It's not ego lifting, man. You wanna go to, I didn't go to technically failure, but I went to a point where I pushed my body past the brink to where it was struggling. So those last 3 reps, you saw me shaking, like it was a struggle, but it wasn't anything that I couldn't handle. So you see your arm shake, that's gonna happen, bro. Like it's supposed to happen, that's how you grow. Now it's different if I did that on 1 and I'm like, on 1, okay, that's ego lifting. But if you can control the weight all the way through in those last few reps, you're struggling. On any weight, it doesn't have to be hundreds. Your weight that you do, that's how you can continue to progress every week or every time you come and hit chest, or really anything. Hopefully you do this chest day right, you get to a point where you have to roll your weights because they're so heavy. That's all I'm saying. The hardest rep is the first rep, just getting it up there. Get out of your mind, like don't be like, oh my gosh, this is so heavy. Just get past the first rep. You got it, bro. I hope. Watch how I use my knees to get it up there. I'm not lifting it from my chest. I'm not using any of my arms. This is all legs. So everything in turn, don't skip leg day. Helps you with chest. Nope. I cleaned 4. I was aiming for 8. Tried to get 5. Now that's still failure. Now, couldn't get all the way through, but do what you can do. All right, so if you really haven't felt anything just yet, don't panic. The next one's gonna be the pec deck fly. This is the easiest way to feel in your chest because it's a machine. It's gonna keep you stable, it's gonna keep you straight. Best way to feel in your chest. Same thing as kind of I explained on the bench. You wanna pop your shoulders back, show everybody that word on your chest. Make sure you're popping all the way up, all the way straight out. You wanna have a slight bend in your elbows. You wanna be like this, slight bend. You almost wanna press with your wrists and then close together. So you'll feel the stretch from the outside all the way in. But the entire time, you wanna keep your chest out. So you don't wanna go here and then go here. You wanna go here and keep it out. For some reason, whenever I look up at the ceiling, helps me out a little bit. All right. So what I just did there was, number 1, look like an idiot. And number 2, pretty much go to failure. My chest is cooked, but I wanted to try to get as much as I can. So some people call them cheating reps, whatever, it's fine. Why I do that is I get all the reps that I can fully. And then when my chest starts giving out, I just go as much as I can, close as much as I can until I can't anymore. And that's pretty much till failure. So I wasn't really going till failure on the other ones. Bench, kind of, but this one I wanted to really just get as much as I could. Because number 1, for me personally, it's a lot safer. If I drop it, something like that, like it's a machine, it's not gonna drop on me, hurt me. It's not gonna hurt my shoulder. I'm able to control it a little bit better. And then number 2, just get as much blood in there as possible. Again, I would just say probably number 1 is all of it. It's just like, it's a little bit easier to control and it's not as dangerous in my book. All right, so now that the chest is cooked, we're not done just yet. I know this is a chest day, but I'm sure you've seen in other programs, chest and tries, we're gonna hit some triceps. Not gonna hit them as hard as we did the chest, but just a little bit of variation, keep it controlled. I'm probably gonna hit like 2 movements here. First one, we're starting with cable triceps. Reason why is when you're doing your chest, like if you're doing push-ups and stuff like that, you can feel a lot in your triceps as well. They're kind of working with it. Some people do chest and biceps. Today we're just hitting chest and triceps. Just still putting a little bit more extra volume on the triceps. So this is one of my favorite duos, chest and triceps, because they've already been working. Now, I will say though, if you feel a lot of your triceps by the end of your chest day, you might want to freshen up a little bit on the form because you don't want to use your triceps on the chest. Of course, you want to use the chest. That's where all the different turns and stuff like that happens, but has been being used a tiny bit. So now we're gonna put a little extra volume on it, make sure we get as much blood in there. Let's grow. The tricep is what makes the arm. People might say it's the bicep. It's not true. It's the tricep. If you hit the subscribe button, I'll do the rest of these in a tank top. Did you do it? I'm assuming you did. So here's a tank top. On the real though, I just want y'all to actually see what my arm is doing, how it's working, the triceps moving. We're gonna be straight up. You wanna use all tricep. You don't wanna use your shoulders, your arms, your chest, anything but the triceps. So right in here, straight down. Get that full stretch. See how my elbows are not even moving, all triceps. I would honestly rate this movement on a good machine, 8 out of 10. On an average one that doesn't get a lot of stretch, maybe like a 6 out of 10. But if you can get that full up, now when you stretch up, you don't want to come with your arms up. Just bringing your arms up to get that stretch and then all the way back down to get cramping. My tricep definitely cramped right there, so drink your water. But pretty much what I was saying was, you want to keep an emphasis. I always like to push down with my thumbs all the way straight up. So here, straight down as you go. Yeah. Ouch. All right, so like I said, I'm not hitting a lot of triceps. This is my last movement. I'm sure you've seen things like skull crushers or like overhead tricep press. It's basically the same thing with a dumbbell. This is gonna take a lot of control. And what I like doing this one is it helps me use my other muscles to keep it nice and stable. So I do overhead with back supported. That way I'm not like wobbling or anything like that. Get a good weight. You don't want to go crazy. Not trying to go crazy heavy with this one. You want to keep it nice and controlled. You want to feel your triceps all the way through. You want to get enough stretch so you go all the way down, you come all the way up, you feel it all in your tricep. All right, so there you go. There's an easy chest and tries day for you to start out. Hope you learned something from it. If you have more questions, anything like that, feel free to comment below. I'll definitely answer, see what I can do. I'm here to help, man. I always love new questions, things coming in. The gym is not easy, but it's very simple. Just do everything with a purpose, take everything nice and slow, and learn as much as you can. There's always something to learn. Even myself, I'm always learning something new that I can use myself and then teach to others with my clients, things like that. But drop your chest routine down below. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. And as always, keep it moving. See you on the next one.